Hi, I'm Clark, head trainer of the #1 subscribed fat loss channel on YouTube and personal coach to thousands of normal guys who are looking to get six-pack abs just like you. And before we get into my top fat burning tips, including the 3 simple fat burning steps you can use immediately to start getting rid of your belly fat, I want you to take my 6-second belly fat test. As you're watching this short video, I want you to open up both of your hands, reach down and slip your fingers just right under the belly fat that's hanging over the waistline of your pants. Go ahead and give it a try. This is something I have all of my personal clients do, and it's a very important part of how you'll be able to get rid of that stubborn belly fat. Now, with your thumb, squeeze down gently. Give it a firm squeeze. Now, like most guys your age that I've helped, you're probably holding on to something that's been bothering you for a while. You may even be a bit shocked to notice that there's quite a bit more belly fat than you expected. But you're not the only one, because just like you, the majority of all men are carrying around the same kind of belly fat that's taken over their stomach area. Now, as you're holding onto your belly fat, slide your hands along the side of your waist. You're probably starting to feel how that excess fat is spilling along the side of your body and even onto your back. Now, I want to ask you, did you ever wonder why is it easier to lose fat in other places while fat around your stomach just won't seem to go away? So why is belly fat so hard to burn? You see, the fat that's located on your stomach area is made up of a different kind of fatty tissue. It's called visceral fat. Visceral fat builds up very quickly and can take many years to remove if you don't know the simple 3 steps to get rid of it, which I will give you in this video. You see, unlike the regular fat that's located in your arms or legs, visceral or belly fat can actually reproduce itself as if it's alive. And that's why it can seem like no matter how hard you diet or work out, nothing really changes. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can stop this vicious fat multiplying cycle, even if you've been struggling with it for years. And most importantly, you'll finally see how you can get rid of all of your dangerous visceral belly fat by taking control of the most powerful fat burner in your body, your hormones. You see, the more balanced and regulated the production of your fat burning hormones are, the easier your body will be able to burn belly fat and the leaner you'll be. On the other end, if your fat burning hormones are off balance, the slower your metabolism and the more belly fat you'll have. And based on the belly fat test earlier, if you were able to grab a handful of belly fat, or even just an inch, this could be a clear sign that your body is not producing enough of the 2 key fat burning hormones you need, leptin and testosterone. For instance, check out what Harvard Medical School reported about testosterone. In a study of 1,862 men ages 30 and above, researchers found that waist circumference due to belly fat was a strong predictor of low testosterone levels. An increase in waist size was associated with low testosterone levels by 75%. All in all, waist circumference was the strongest single predictor of developing symptoms of testosterone deficiency. As you can see, having belly fat is a clear indicator of low testosterone, and vice versa. What's causing the belly fat is your low testosterone. And when it comes to leptin, irregular leptin levels are one of the main reasons why most men carry extra weight around their belly. Men's wellness and health expert, Dr. Don Allen Sawyer, states, when leptin levels are imbalanced, it is extremely difficult to control your appetite, which makes it almost impossible to lose weight. And on top of that, your body begins to store more of the foods you eat directly as belly fat. As you can see, the first step in getting rid of your belly fat is to optimize hormone levels. However, this can be difficult if you have belly fat right now. Like I said earlier, not only does it multiply itself by creating more belly fat, it also negatively affects your endocrine glands, which are the body's production sites of these key hormones. In addition, visceral fat also produces its own fat-storing hormone, just like your glands. However, many of these bad hormones destroy your good hormones and leave you with more belly fat and a higher risk for health complications. Harvard medical researchers say that studies have shown that visceral fat cells are biologically active. The fat cell is an endocrine organ, secreting hormones and other molecules that have far-reaching effects on other tissues. Harvard researchers have identified a host of chemicals that link visceral fat to a surprisingly wide variety of diseases. Visceral fat makes more of the harmful proteins called cytokines, which can trigger low-level inflammation, a risk factor for heart disease and other chronic conditions. But just to let you know, this deterioration of your hormones is caused by your belly fat, and it's not your fault at all. However, it is up to you to fix this problem before it gets worse. There are far more effective and natural ways you can do this with your own body. It only takes 3 simple steps to do so. It's actually what one of my good friends and first test subjects named Johnson did to go from struggling from years with belly fat to having a ripped body that every guy strives for. I'll show you what he did in this video and how you can do the same. But first, let's find out a little bit more about you. Now, if you're like me, I know you've been wanting to burn off that belly fat and get abs for some time now. And you're reminded of this every time your clothes don't fit like they used to. Even though you've tried your best to get abs before, it just seems like everything else has failed you. From strict diets, long, boring workouts, perhaps even some expensive supplements you took a chance on. Sometimes it feels easier to just give up. I don't blame you, and honestly, it's not your fault at all. With so much conflicting information online, you find yourself wondering, where do I even start? And it's so confusing to know what's really going to be the right choice for you. I know, you thought about going to the gym, but it's kind of embarrassing when everybody can clearly see that you don't really know what you're doing. Besides that, after a hard day of work, don't you just want to go home and find a second to sit down and relax? The last thing you want to do is drive in traffic and waste another hour trying to get to the gym, not to mention adding another hour or 2 for working out. And when it comes to your diet, you just kind of eat whatever, whenever. I mean, sometimes you barely wake up in time for work in the morning, or even get enough sleep at night. Honestly, who's got time to cook breakfast or prepare healthy meals for days in advance? And even if you did make some of these diet meals, how long can you really stand eating these tasteless meals? A day? 2? What then? The truth is, trying to get rid of your belly fat without a real plan can seem impossible. And adding random things that are too hard to do in your busy lifestyle will just make you quit your goal faster, like you've been doing. And you're starting to believe that getting in shape is only meant for guys who devote all their time to fitness. Time that you just don't have in this busy point in your life. And if you've had belly fat since you could remember, or if you were in better shape before, but you've gradually put on belly fat over the years, it's frustrating to think that your belly fat might end up being there for the rest of your life, unless you find answers quickly. Answers that might seem impossible to find right now. Now I want you to ask yourself something a bit more personal, if you don't mind. How did it feel to hold on to that belly fat during the test? Did you feel uncomfortable even though you were just sitting there alone? Did it make you feel self-conscious? And if you did feel uncomfortable holding on and seeing your own belly fat, do you ever wonder, what do other people think when they see me? Friends, coworkers, or that one girl you've been dying to talk to? Or perhaps it's even a greater issue than what others think. It goes way deeper. Maybe it's the way you see yourself. Or maybe the real you inside is being imprisoned by a body you don't deserve, holding you back from living the life you want, causing you to shy away from social events because your clothes don't look right on you, or being shocked from seeing unexpected photos taken of you and realizing how much your body has slipped from what you could be or once were. And as you're growing older, you're worried that people won't take you seriously, and they think that you're soft and lazy because of how you look, even though that's totally not true. Or your friends just look at your belly fat as a punchline to a joke. Not to mention, especially with women. Without the sexual attraction of a lean and toned body, you're afraid that when the girl of your dreams looks at you, the only thing she'll ever see you as is just a friend. And while most guys in better shape are meeting women easily, most nights you're just sitting home alone, being passed up for douchebags, even though you know you're a nicer and better guy for her. And even if you did meet a girl, there's always the creeping fear in the back of your mind that she'll be disappointed if she sees your body naked. I mean, your stomach fat makes you insecure even with your shirt on. How scary would it be to have to take it off? And you're afraid if you don't do something to stop it, you might keep gradually gaining fat until it's too late. Now, I'm not sure what led you to this video. Maybe you heard about me from my YouTube channel, where I'm the #1 most subscribed trainer. You see, my channel has over 3.8 million subscribers, and I'm proud to say we're the biggest community of guys looking to get in the best shape of our lives. Or you may have seen my company's regular column in Muscle and Fitness. We've created some of the most watched ab workouts on their site and have helped hundreds of Muscle and Fitness readers get ripped. Or maybe you've seen one of my company's media appearances on The Steve Harvey Show, The Daily Buzz, GQ Magazine, or Time Warner Cable News. Regardless of how you found me, by the end of this video, I'm sure that I can help you get rid of those frustrations you are facing at this point in your life. You see, being overweight or having belly fat often has nothing to do with cutting calories or performing hours of exercise. Instead, it actually has everything to do with the most overlooked but most vital part of your body, and that is your fat-burning hormones. Now, if you didn't know, certain hormones in your body control whether you'll be ripped or fat. Now, don't get me wrong, even if lowering your calorie intake or doing cardio can help a little bit, it will all just be a waste of time and effort if your key fat-burning hormones are out of control. The thing is that if your hormones aren't working properly for you, it'll feel like your body is canceling out your efforts in working out and make it seem like everything you eat is being stored as excess belly fat. On top of that, there's a certain type of fat in particular that can't be burnt away with increasing calorie burn or cutting calories. And as I mentioned earlier, that's your belly fat, or scientifically known as visceral fat. The thing is that your visceral fat, aka belly fat, can only be eliminated by one thing: your hormones. They are leptin and testosterone. First, we'll talk about leptin, otherwise known as your master fat-burning hormone. When your body's leptin production is low, your body's fat-burning metabolism slows way down and begins to store everything you eat as belly fat. If you're able to increase leptin, your body will do everything it can on its own to burn away the fat on your stomach. Recent work from Harvard researchers shows leptin to be a crucial pathway in fat metabolism. This pathway suggests a role for leptin in clearing fat out of cells. In light of new knowledge about leptin's role in fuel metabolism, the researchers have also targeted leptin's actions to treat obesity. That's why it's key to increase leptin production in your body. Now, when it comes to testosterone, testosterone is also responsible and in full control of how you look as a man. The more testosterone you have in your body, the more ripped and muscular you look. However, when your testosterone levels are low, you begin to lose muscle and fat gain becomes inevitable, even if you're dieting and working out daily. There is some bad news. Harvard explains, most men don't like to hear this, but when it comes to testosterone, they hit their peak at about age 17. Levels plateau for a while, then slowly start to slide. And as your testosterone decreases, you begin to see that belly fat pile up as you've just experienced in the belly fat test earlier. However, if you're able to increase your test levels, you can reverse this fat gain and eliminate your belly fat quickly and easily. Harvard researchers also explained there's good evidence that testosterone will make a man leaner. The IOM reported that testosterone does increase lean body mass and decrease fat. Bottom line, in order for you to truly get rid of your belly fat and have that lean, fit body that you want, it's vital to increase your leptin and testosterone production. And if you have belly fat right now, it's a clear sign that these two major fat-burning hormones are way below where they need to be. Now, before I show you the 3 steps to getting these 2 vital hormones back up, it's important that you avoid a few specific things that could be making this hormone imbalance worse. Here are the 3 things you must avoid and stop doing immediately if you want to lose your belly fat. The #1 thing to avoid: do not cut your calories down too rapidly. Cutting calories might seem like a good idea for fat loss. Doing it to rapidly lose weight can cause a reverse reaction and pack more belly fat onto your stomach. WebMD reports that when people diet, they eat less, which then decreases the amount of leptin produced. Now, your leptin level goes way below your ideal leptin threshold. When it does that, your brain senses starvation, so you get hungrier. Plus, your body will then begin to take up extra energy and store it as fat. And here is how fast this can happen. After just a few days of dieting, your leptin levels can drop by over 30%. This means you'll immediately start adding fat straight to your belly. Instead of cutting calories, what you need to do is eat the right portions of macronutrients. Nutrients such as proteins, carbs, and fats. Now I know, measuring each portion of our meal is a bit obsessive, and honestly, who's gonna carry around a measuring cup or food scale everywhere you go? But luckily, I have this hand portion shortcut. Here's a quick reference of how much of each macronutrient you will need to consume per meal. This is the same guide I use to get a ballpark estimate of how much of each nutrient I'll need to eat per meal. Now, we're going on to number 2, but I'll teach you more about macronutrients later. Number 2, avoid low-fat diets. Now, cutting fat away from your meals might seem like a good idea for fat loss, but it's actually the absolute opposite. The key is to actually eat more fats. Remember how testosterone is vital from keeping fat off your belly and helping you stay ripped and muscular? Most people don't realize this, but dietary fat is the precursor for testosterone. This means you need fat to make this key male hormone. However, you can't just chomp away on fried foods. You need to eat the right types of fat. And lastly, number 3, avoid workouts that cause hormonal disruptions. The truth is that not all workouts are good for you. In fact, some of the most common ones can actually decrease your body's production of leptin and testosterone. Right now, I'm gonna show you the 3 most popular ones that you must avoid and explain exactly why they are doing more harm than good. The number 1 type of exercise to avoid is aerobic exercise. Things like P90X, Insanity, or those other group fitness classes that you see most women doing at your local health club like Zumba. The reason why they do little to nothing for increasing testosterone is because they use very little to no resistance training at all. An example of a resistance training exercise is a dumbbell chest press or a squat. A new study from Koji Saito, PhD of Ritsumeikan University in Japan, shows that resistance training can increase the production of sex steroids or testosterone in the muscles of older men. Resistance training may positively affect age-related concerns and improve the quality of life for older individuals. In addition, aerobic exercises can reduce your master fat-burning hormone, leptin, causing excess fat gain. The U.S. National Library of Medicine reports that leptin concentrations are reduced 48 hours after long-term aerobic exercise. If you are currently doing P90X or any type of this long aerobic style exercising and are not seeing the results you want, chances are that it has done some serious damage to your leptin hormones. On to the second type of exercises to avoid, cardio machines. Cardio such as the treadmill, cycling, or the elliptical machine are probably the most commonly used pieces of exercise equipment. And even though it seems like common sense that cardio is best for fat loss, that's actually wrong. Not only does cardio burn very small amounts of fat while you're working out, it's also scientifically proven to cause damage to your key fat-burning hormones. The U.S. National Library of Medicine research shows that a reduction in leptin concentrations reported from running or cycling has been attributed to a reduction in circulating leptin, and may explain consistent reports of reductions in leptin concentrations following extreme bouts of exercise such as marathons or ultramarathons. And that's just the beginning. In a study done by the National Strength and Conditioning Association, research showed that performing cardio, also known as conditioning work, left testosterone depressed at 24 and 48 hours post-exercise. Since testosterone hormones determine how much fat your body will burn and the speed at which your muscles and joints recover, having your testosterone depressed for 48 hours is detrimental to your fat loss goals and health. Now, the third and final type of exercise you need to avoid is bodybuilding. When we think of bodybuilding, we often picture these super ripped guys with amazing muscle tone and six-pack abs from our favorite sports magazines. But the truth is that most of these guys are only ripped for one single day of the year, and that's either for a big competition or for the photo shoot after the show. And the rest of the time, they look like this. They call it their off-season. Looking bloated like that is definitely not something you want. The truth about bodybuilding is that it's great for building muscle. However, All of the muscle will be underneath the fat and water weight that you pack on once the competition is over. This layer of fat is something that bodybuilding really won't help with. And as you build more and more muscle, all you're really doing is pushing your fat out further, making you look even more bloated and fat. And on top of it all, bodybuilding is so stressful to your body's hormones that it triggers mild inflammation and regular bloating. That causes you to store lots of water weight, lose any muscle definition you might have, and making you look swelled up like a meatball, which most guys mistake for muscle gain. Now, you might have seen or heard about bodybuilders who abuse steroids to support this type of hardcore training. And yes, they are trying to increase the same hormones we are talking about, testosterone and leptin. And to be honest with you, steroids do work, and they happen to work very well. But you're probably smart enough to know that injecting yourself with some illegal oil concoction you bought from a drug dealer is definitely not a good idea. The truth is, temporary fixes such as using steroids to support your hormone issue or doing something artificial to enhance it will only lead to even more serious side effects such as a heart attack or cancer. It's definitely something we should all avoid. In addition, Harvard Law research found that anabolic steroid use has also been linked to tumor growth in both the liver and kidneys. One report describes 36 benign and malignant liver tumors in patients who receive anabolic steroids for more than 24 months. Surprisingly, steroids also produce feminizing side effects in males. Now, these feminizing side effects include, but are not limited to, breast tissue growth or man boobs, extra fat storage around the hips, testicle shrinkage, erectile dysfunction, and even reduced sex drive. On top of that, Harvard research also found that anabolic steroid use of longer stretches of time have frequently resulted in the lowering of testosterone. For one, steroids reduce normal testosterone production, often to the levels seen in castrated males. In addition, sperm production frequently ceases. Without natural levels of testosterone production, there is a danger that the male reproductive system may waste away. If you get busted, you're going to jail for a long time. Honestly, there's a better and natural way you can boost the same hormones safely, just like I did and many of my clients have done, which I'll show you right now. You see, with the help of my doctor, I discovered that there's a natural type of hormone training that can support and optimize your hormone levels fast. So what type of exercises should you be doing to boost your testosterone and leptin? It's a resistance technique called compound training. In compound exercises, you are using 2 to 3 major muscle groups at the same time, allowing you to activate a larger amount of total muscle at once. This increased muscular activation instantly triggers a significant boost in your hormones during and even 24 to 48 hours after your workout. The most common resistance techniques, such as those in bodybuilding, use isolation exercises. Isolation exercises focus simply on one small muscle at a time. This is good if you're trying to build that one little muscle, but very ineffective if you're trying to lose fat and support your hormones. Just look at the differences in the amount of total muscle activated in a compound movement compared to a regular exercise. With this large area of muscle activation, you can clearly see why this type of compound exercise will cause your body to secrete much more testosterone and leptin and burn more fat at the same time. With the help of my doctor, we've put together a set of customized workouts focused specifically on getting rid of your harmful belly fat and designed an additional style of compound training focusing on supporting your testosterone and leptin levels. I'll show you what they are in just a bit. So now that you know why diets and workout programs have failed you has been linked to the state at which your hormones are in, but here's the problem that holds most guys back. Having belly fat suppresses your leptin and your testosterone. Men's Health reports that belly fat contains aromatase, an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogens, the main sex hormones in women. Having extra estrogens floating around your system triggers your body to slow its production of testosterone. And the less testosterone you make, the more belly fat you accumulate and the more estrogens you spew. It's a vicious, emasculating circle. In fact, a study of 1,822 men by the New England Research Institute confirmed that a man's waist circumference is the single strongest predictor of low testosterone levels. It's even more accurate than age or overall health. And it's the same with leptin. The first step to improving your fat-burning hormone production is to break that vicious cycle by eliminating belly fat from the equation. Now, the solution my doctor and I discovered to stop this cycle is to go through what I call a fat loss jumpstart phase. And that's where the afterburn effect comes in. Now, if you're not familiar with the afterburn effect, it's a way to keep your body automatically burning fat on its own even when you're not working out. It's done using a unique sequence of customized compound exercises to trigger a post-workout fat-burning effect that can last up to 48 hours. This means you're not only burning fat in the short period of time you're exercising, but the afterburn effect will actually allow you to keep burning fat even after your workout ends, like when you're sitting at work, hanging out with your friends, and even while you're sleeping. Additionally, the afterburn effect was the key fat-burning factor in the original Six-Pack Shortcuts program, and the main reason why the program was so effective in helping guys get rid of their belly fat. By taking advantage of the afterburn effect first, you'll be able to rapidly get rid of your belly fat, which is destroying your hormones, and allow you to focus on your leptin and testosterone levels without any disturbance or delay. Now here's the thing. The afterburn effect is very powerful in getting rid of your belly fat, but you can't just repeat it over and over. You must go on to the next step of fat burning. Imagine the afterburn effect as the first gear of your car. Now this gear is so powerful, you can move a car from a dead stop. However, if you stay in first gear, your car won't go very fast and it'll burn out your clutch. Just like how the afterburn effect can jumpstart your metabolism even though it's at a fat-burning dead stop, if you repeat it, the fat burning won't speed up to your desired speed. Now, in order to make the car go faster after the first gear, you must move on to the second gear, then the third gear. It's the same with fat burning. After your afterburn effect, first gear, you must move on to the next fat burning gears, which will allow you to burn fat as fast as possible. And I'll show you what that is right now. Okay, so here's the 3-step method I've been promising you for finally losing your stubborn belly fat. Step 1, jumpstart your fat loss using a few weeks of workouts designed to maximize the afterburn effect. And like I just explained, using afterburn training workouts will allow you to quickly and dramatically reduce your belly fat and stop any further hormonal damage. At the same time, it will allow you to focus on boosting the production of these hormones and get you ripped fast. Step number 2. Next, take a few weeks to focus on your workouts and diet to maximize your leptin levels. With your belly fat eliminated from the fat loss jumpstart, your vital fat-burning hormones will no longer be destroyed by the dangerous chemicals your belly fat was harnessing. You'll now be able to fully optimize and support your master fat-burning hormone, leptin. In step number 2, I recommend customizing and choosing specific exercises that are scientifically proven to support your leptin levels. This will take your fat loss to the next level and ensure that you don't just gain the weight back. Plus, you will also reduce your appetite, making it much easier to make healthier food choices. Step number 3, finally, take a few weeks and focus your training on boosting your testosterone. This will actually block the fat from being stored on your stomach. It's critical that you do these steps in this exact order and that you do the right compound workouts and eat the right foods in each phase. I'll give you the details of exactly how to do that in a minute. But first, I want to show you the actual results of Johnson Lee, one of my good friends and first of my test training subjects who went through my 3-step hormone training. And I'm sure you can see similar results if you try out what we did. This is Johnson before he started. This is Johnson after quickly eliminating his belly fat with the afterburn effect in step 1. And this is him after completing step 2, the leptin boost phase. And this is Johnson after completing the final step, the testosterone boosting phase. Imagine yourself doing the same as Johnson. Once you try this, you'll realize it's a lot easier than you think. Johnson is proof that you don't need great genetics or much fitness experience at all to get in shape. In fact, even if you've failed many times before and have damaged your hormones with the wrong diets and workouts like he did, these 3 simple hormone supporting steps can reverse that damage and revamp your system completely. And this is Johnson today. He finally has the confidence and drive to attract all of the greatest things that life has to offer. And it's all thanks to mastering his hormones. Now, if you're anything like Johnson was when he first started, you probably have no clue of which exercises are right for boosting your hormones. And even if you figured out some of the compound moves that will support your hormones, putting them in the right sequences will take you forever to do. In my case, it took me almost an entire year to do with the help of my doctor. So listen, at this point, you have two options. Option 1. Waste 1 year or more of your valuable time while you customize your own workouts and structure them into hormone-boosting sequences of your own, hoping they might work. Or there's a much easier route. Option 2. Just do what Johnson did and use the program I've customized for guys just like you already. The solution is all in this blueprint to my exact 3-step hormone training system. And I want to share it with you. The world's first workout program designed and personally made to increase your key fat burning hormone. This simple 3-step fat loss system is called 6-Pack Shortcuts 2. It utilizes the most effective fat burning technique from my original 6-Pack Shortcuts program, the afterburn effect. In addition, I've included my newly discovered hormone support training. All you need is just a few short hormone training workouts a week, and you'll be able to get rid of that belly fat you've been struggling with. I've created this workout so that no matter if you're a beginner or have been training for a while, there's a perfect place for you to start. But even if you don't have a set of weights, we've demonstrated how you can do the workouts using your body weight instead. Each step, each workout, and every single exercise will be explained in detail and personally demonstrated for you in a simple to follow series of training videos. And in a second, I'm also gonna give you free access to my new 6-Pack Shortcuts app. This only takes a second to download on your smartphone or tablet. This app will allow you to watch each workout video instantly anywhere with an internet connection. And that's not all. With this training app, you can schedule alarms to remind you of your workouts. Take progress pics, like Johnson did, to see your week-to-week improvements in progress. Also, I've included short demonstration videos of every single exercise I know. So if you ever want to try something new on your own, you won't have to spend hours online trying to find out if you're doing those new exercises right. Now, if you're not too tech savvy or just want to watch the videos on TV, you can also choose the DVD option, and I'll ship you everything you need in a few days. And in addition, I've included my 6-pack meal plan. This eating system is designed not only to boost the afterburn effect and get rid of your belly faster, it's also structured to further enhance your testosterone and leptin levels 24 hours a day. So every week, I'll unlock a new video showing you step by step how you can eat your way to a higher fat burning hormone level and to a lower body fat percentage. I also have something else for you. I'm gonna give you my Accelerated Abs and Arm Blaster training program. The Accelerated Abs program is designed to help you get that impressive abdominal V-taper we all want faster. The next bonus is my personal Arm Blaster program. This is a series of arm sculpting workouts you can use along with your hormone training. Now, remember that belly fat test? Remember how uncomfortable it felt to hold on to that chunk of belly fat that stuck to your stomach? And that's why you're here today. You're sick and tired of your belly fat, and you made the decision to get rid of it now. Not tomorrow, not next year, but today. And right now, you have the opportunity to do that. All you have to do is take the next few seconds and click on the button below, and I'll give you instant access to my 6-Pack Shortcuts hormone training system that'll boost your testosterone and leptin levels and get you the abs you've been wanting your whole life. Now listen, don't wait to get started. You told yourself you were going to make a change today. If you change your mind, the body you want might never be achieved. Let me ask you, do you think Johnson waited when I gave him the same opportunity? No way. He went and did this first workout that same day. And look at him now. He finally overcame one of the biggest struggles of his life himself. But what if he waited? What if Johnson had to think about it? What if he didn't take this chance I gave him seriously? Well, he would have probably been stuck looking like this and still doubting himself and wishing for a ripped body. If you took this chance now like Johnson did, you won't have to wish, you won't have to hope, you won't have to wait. Getting a ripped body and abs will happen, and a lot faster than you will ever believe. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but Johnson and I are really close friends. And to be honest, we didn't grow up with much money. Because of money and not being able to afford lots of things, we missed out on a lot. From fun trips with friends, having the coolest phones, clothes, and even missing out on some of the more serious stuff, such as pursuing further education. And we had to watch a lot of opportunities and great life experiences pass us by. Now that I'm a bit older, this is still something I constantly think of in the back of my mind. And with my passion for health and fitness, I truly believe that this is one thing I never want anyone to miss out on because of money. Everyone deserves the body and health they want, and to live life with confidence. And it's the main reason why I'm giving you my personal friends and family discount. This is the same discount that Johnson used to start training with this program. Instead of the regular price of $219, you'll only have to pay $97 for this entire program and all the free bonuses. That's over 50% off. You'll have an entire program for less than the cost of an hour-long session with a personal trainer. Or just skip eating out at a restaurant once or twice this week. That'll pay for the program itself. Don't miss out on something that you know is right for you. You'll never regret the decision to build the body you always wanted. But what most people regret is the chance they never took. On top of this huge discount I'm giving you, I want you to take advantage of this program completely risk and worry-free. So I'm gonna make everything worry-free by giving you my 100% money-back guarantee. And if for some reason your hormone levels are not optimized and you don't get the abs you want, just let me know through an email or a call and I'll give you all your money back. However, you won't have to do that because I'm confident that this program will work for you just like it did for thousands already. So click that button below right now and go try it out personally for yourself. You'll never know if it'll work unless you do it. Just think, a few minutes ago, you were holding on to what seemed like a handful of belly fat that you just couldn't get rid of. But now that you've chosen to correct your hormones, in just a few weeks from now, that belly fat will disappear. And it's all because you chose that plan to get rid of your belly fat and you stuck with it. Now, isn't this a great feeling? Like a new adventure or the new beginning to something great. And after a few weeks, you'll start to get more and more compliments like, man, have you been working out? What have you been doing? What's your secret? Best of all, you'll definitely notice a lot more attention and looks for women. Perhaps with the new body, you'll definitely have the courage to speak to that one girl you had your eyes on. And months from now, you would become a new man with a toned body and six-pack abs you've been dreaming about. And it's all because you decided to click that button below right now. However, if you don't follow your gut feeling, and you cancel your plans to finally getting rid of your belly fat today, this new beginning of your life and getting the body you want might never happen, and it could all end right now. And remember how uncomfortable you felt sitting there with your belly fat pinched between your fingers? That feeling will just get worse and worse as your belly piles on more fat over the years. And eventually, it's no longer just an extra pinch of belly fat. It'll become a handful. That's just the beginning. That belly fat will start spilling out onto your love handles, your back rolls, or your neck. And to the point where one day you'll look in a mirror and you won't believe what you've allowed yourself to become. And years from now, when your 20s, 30s, 40s have passed, you'll finally realize that you've let the best years of your life slip away. Ask yourself, do you truly want that to happen? No, you don't. Today is not that day. And you can do something about it right now. You made plans today to get rid of your belly fat, and now is the moment of truth. This was your plan, not mine. And it's up to you right now to make it happen. I know I took the leap, Johnson did, and thousands of guys just like you did the very same thing to change their lives. Go click that button below and get started with getting six-pack shortcuts too right now. Still here? I see you haven't clicked the button below to get started yet. Well, this probably means you still have a few questions or concerns. And like I mentioned earlier, I want to make sure to answer all of your questions as soon as possible. So in the next minute, I'm going to answer the 7 most commonly asked questions that most successful clients had before they got started on the program. Question number 1. What do I get when I sign up? Once you fill out your information below, you'll get instant access to the Six-Pack Shortcuts workout videos and free bonuses through our members-only website and free app. And the bonus that I'm so excited to share with you is a free 2-week trial to my personal Six-Pack Hormone Support Nutrition System, which includes a weekly meal plan packed with meal options that are scientifically designed to increase your most important fat-burning hormones, leptin and testosterone. On top of that, if you prefer to watch the videos on DVD, you can select the DVD option and I'll have the entire program and bonuses and DVD sent to you in just a few short days. But remember, you don't have to wait to start training while your DVDs are being shipped to you. With instant online access to your training videos, you can start getting into killer shape right away. Once you've signed up, you will be emailed a username and password to access your Six-Pack Shortcuts training videos. Then all you have to do is sign into your account online or on your free app, click on the video you want to watch. On your PC, Mac, tablet, smartphone, enjoy your training and get ready for six-pack abs. Question number 2. How fast will I start seeing my abs? Well, honestly, it depends on how hard you work. Now, here's a quick tip from what my smartest, most successful clients and I've personally done to see even faster results. And that tip is to use a supplement called Leptin Shred and Test Reload. In fact, I'll give you all the details on how you can get it once you sign up, but it will give you a big advantage with six-pack shortcuts. Question number 3. What makes this program different from other exercise and nutrition programs? While regular workouts such as crunches and boring cardio are only designed to burn small amounts of fat during your 30 to 40 minute workouts, the six-pack shortcuts unique afterburn training is designed to keep your body burning fat for up to 48 hours even after your workout is over. This means that you'll also burn fat not only while working out, but you'll also be cutting away belly fat while you're sitting at work, hanging out with friends, and best of all, even while you sleep. And that's just the beginning. Six-Pack Shortcuts 2 also includes the first 3-step hormone training system designed to boost your 2 most crucial fat-burning hormones, testosterone and leptin. By targeting these 2 hormones, your body will burn more fat and block fat from being stored at the same time. Most workouts you've tried or that are available right now do nothing for supporting a man's hormones. And this is the reason why most guys are failing to achieve their dream body. But like I said, Six-Pack Shortcuts will naturally increase your fat-burning hormone production and finally allow you to see the results you've been looking for. Question number 4. I have no fitness equipment, no fitness experience. Will this really work for me? Yes. Six-Pack Shortcuts 2 is designed for normal guys just like you and me to fight against poor genetics and get your fat-burning hormones where they need to be. And I've also designed this program in such a way that it can be completed with minimal equipment or even with just your body weight. And on top of that, I've invited my best trainers, Johnny and Henry, to be there the entire way with you. And if there's still something in the program that you're not comfortable doing or have concerns about, just call me or email me and I'll have your questions answered as fast as I can. Question number 5. What supplements do you recommend using during this course to see results faster? Well, there are a few different supplements I personally take and recommend. For instance, remember Johnson, the guy that went from this to this? Since he wanted to see results as fast as possible, he took 3 different supplements. Afterburn Fuel prior to his workouts to maximize the afterburn effect for faster fat loss, Leptin Shred to boost his natural leptin levels, and a supplement called Test Reload, a natural testosterone booster. Once you sign up with Six-Pack Shortcuts 2, I'll give you the details on how you can get a huge discount like I did for Johnson. Now, it's not required to take these supplements to get the ripped abs you want, but it will give you a big advantage with boosting your most important fat-burning hormones with Six-Pack Shortcuts 2. And in the program, I'll also speak to you in detail about other supplements that can help you with fat loss, recovery, and overall energy. Question number 6. What if I change my mind or I don't like the program? Well, if for any reason or for no reason at all, you're not 100% sure that this system can or will help you get the body you want, just email me or contact me by phone and I'll make sure that you get all your money back. No questions, no hassle, no signatures needed. Just a brief phone call or email will get you taken care of. However, I'm sure you'll be satisfied with Six-Pack Shortcuts 2. I've helped thousands of guys just like you in the past few years to transform their belly fat to six-pack abs. And as the #1 trainer on YouTube, you can trust that I put my reputation on the line with this promise of getting you in shape. There's no time to waste, and you'll never get in shape unless you fill out the information below. Believe in yourself and give it a good try. Question number 7. Could I sign up over the phone instead of online? Yes, you may. Just give me a call at that number I just gave you. Again, it's 1-855-520-7596 and press option 4. And while I have you on the phone, I can even guide you through the site or your free workout app where the videos are and show you exactly how it all works right then. Now that you have all your questions answered, it's time that you get rid of your belly fat with Six-Pack Shortcuts 2. Just click the button below and get started right now. Thanks for your time.